Hi everyone, it's Debbie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm a reseller. I've been reselling for 17 years and I absolutely love it. I sell mainly on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I always have a what sold video out each week, and then usually some type of haul or educational tutorial type video. So if you like content like this and you would like to join me again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, and if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. So I will have actually more videos than that out this week because I had an amazing haul last week. I went shopping 5 days. I had 5 different hauls, 64 items. I shared those previously, and now I'm making smaller videos showing you my entire listing process from start to finish, really breaking it down in case there's anyone that is new at reselling and would like to see step by step how I do everything. And even if you've been selling for a long time, I like watching videos like this because usually I will learn from other resellers because I don't think any of us do it the exact same way, and I change from time to time. Over the years, I have definitely changed in my process. Today, I'm going to show you the process that I'm using right now, which I find is the most effective for me at this point. I will be covering how I research the items, how I use that research to create drafts, and how I price the items. First of all, research. I often do a lot of that in the store while I'm shopping. So normally when I get home, I already have some research completed and some drafts created. But sometimes I don't. So that's a good place for me to start. When I start my listing process, I make sure I have a notebook and a pen to write things down, because as I'm doing research and find like items, when I see something that I think is an important keyword, maybe it is important information about the item, I want to jot that down so that I will be sure to have it when I list it. I also keep a running total of what I list each day, what I paid for it, how much I estimate it to sell for, and what my profit will be. And that's just really motivating to me because I can look at it and go, oh my goodness, I've listed enough to make $70 today. Oh wow, now I've listed enough to make $200. If I list $200 every day for 30 days, that's making $6,000 a month. I'm great with that. So that's just kind of a motivating thing to me, is writing it down. Then I also put what bin I have next to it, and I'll go over that when I'm talking about inventorying. My notebook gives me a lot of valuable information, so I'm always sure to have my notebook and my pen. Then I also have a scale because I will weigh items during this process normally. I also have a measuring tape by me in case I need to measure items. And then I don't have to have this, but I usually keep a pair of scissors because I will usually find something that I need to snip off, and if I don't have it with me, I will find myself needing to get up and go get a pair of scissors. That's what I use. A lot of times I'll do research with my phone because I love using Google Lens, but if I am typing in information and when I'm going to actually type the bulk of the description, a lot of times I will switch to my laptop. So I have everything out, and you should see how much stuff it is. I'm gonna have to take a little video of my living room because there is stuff everywhere. And often I won't do, if I have 64, I won't sit down and do it all in one day. I will batch it and say, okay, today I'm going to do 10, or today I'm going to do 20, but I was trying to just get it knocked out this time. I'm going to show you different items and different ways that I research. The 4 main ways that I research is: number 1, Google Lens. So I'm gonna go through how to use Google Lens. Number 2, if there's a style number, I use a style number to research. Number 3, if there's a UPC number, I will either scan it if there's a barcode or put the UPC number in. And number 4, just the description, I will just use the brand and keywords to try to find comps. I'm going to go through, I'm going to do several items, do some drafts on eBay and some drafts on Poshmark. Then no matter where they are in the listing process, I'm also going to show you cross-listing and how I cross-list. So if it starts on eBay, I'll cross-list it to Poshmark and Mercari. If it starts on Poshmark, I'll cross it to eBay and Mercari. This time I will just pick one platform to create the drafts on each item. I like to do my research first because I learned so much valuable information from looking at other successful listings. And sometimes when I have first taken the photo, then I just sit down to list, I will find out, okay, that dress, I had it on backwards, or the belt is supposed to be tied in the back and not on the front. This dress that I thought was on shoulder is really off shoulder. So I learned so much about the items, and I see how other people have photographed those specific items, and it gives me ideas of what a successful listing on those items looks like. So I just find for me, it gives me more knowledge when I do the research first. The first one that I'm going to show you is something that I am going to look up using the barcode, and we're going to list this on eBay. Okay, we are going to scan the UPC code in eBay to create the draft for this listing. I open up my eBay app and click on the camera icon in the top right-hand corner. Then I just point my phone at the UPC on the box, and it instantly pulls up all the current listings that have this same UPC number. I look at them to see how they're priced and how many there are. I then go up to the top right-hand corner and click where it says filter. Then when it opens up the next screen, I have to go down and click on where it says to show more so that I can select the completed and sold listings. So I just toggle those over, and it's going to show me everything that has sold in the last 90 days. If you look at the bottom, it had shown that there were 8 currently listed and 7 had sold. So that's almost a 100% sell-through rate, which is excellent. That affects how I'm going to price this item. Since it has almost a 100% sell-through rate, I'm going to price it pretty close to the going rate. I see that most of the single items have sold for $16 with free shipping. So I'm going to expect that mine can go for about the same. So I go into one listing that is a successful listing, and I just see what they put, what their description is, and I decide that one looks pretty good. I'm not going to spend a ton of time researching this one because it is not going to make a lot of money, but I think this is a good one. So I go down to the bottom and I click sell one like this. It then creates a draft for me, and it has all of the information pre-filled in other than photos. I'm going to click that blue button in the middle. It's going to pull up my camera roll. I select the camera on the left-hand side, and then it opens up my camera, and I just take a quick picture of it, and that will be loaded into the draft. So you don't have to do that. You can save it without a photo, but sometimes it's nice so you can easily locate the item in drafts. Then I scroll down and I go to item specifics. I click in the top right-hand corner, and I'm going to look at their item specifics and make sure everything looks accurate. If anything needs changed, I'll change it. And then I go down to the SKU number at the bottom. Anything that you put in this custom SKU area is only visible to you. The potential buyer will not see this information. So I use this to record where my item is. So I'm putting this item in bucket number 164. Then I put where I purchased the item. So GW is Goodwill. Then I put my cost of goods, which was $1.79. And then at that point, I take off my sticker and throw it away so that at the end, I don't have 64 items to take stickers off or cut tags off. So that's just really easy to do that once I've recorded the price. And then last, I will put the date that I listed it on. That way I will know how many days it took to sell. Then I click done in the top right hand corner, and it's going to take me back to that main page, which shows me all the different areas that I can edit. So next I'm going to go into the description, and their description looked really good. I'm going to compare the model number and any of the other numbers or information that is on my box and make sure that everything is correct. If I want to change the format, I change that. If I want to add any extra wording, I do that at that point. The actual filter is factory sealed. However, the box does show some wear. So on my listing, I will just put that the item is sealed. However, the box does show some wear. And as long as you put that, it is usually good and it sells just fine. I select done in the top right hand corner, and it will take me back to the main page. And this time I'm going to go into the category of pricing. So I click on that and it automatically pulls it up to go to an auction. I don't think this item is very good to put out to auction. I think people will want to just buy it now. So I toggle off auction and I put it on buy it now. If you can see, it does give suggested prices. And those online trending prices are right on with what we saw on the recent sold comps. So now I'm going to price my item at $21.89 because my store is set up to automatically put everything on a sale of 25% off. So that is going to make my price come in a little bit over $16. That way I can select to allow offers because I do believe that helps in your search results. And then it also, if someone clicks on my item and it gives me the opportunity to send them an offer later, I have the ability to send them an offer a little bit under, and that is where a lot of sales come in when you send offers to likers. I have completed the pricing, so I will select done in the top right hand corner, and once again it will take me back to the main page. I'm going to edit the last category, which is delivery. I am going to change information on this because they have 2 pounds priority. It does not weigh that much. I weighed it without the box and I think it was like 4.7 ounces. However, you want to weigh it with packaging also because that can change it to a different price. So when I weighed it with packaging and even a little bit of material extra to pad it, it ended up being around 9 ounces. So I'm going to fill that in even though I am offering free shipping because that will impact my international shipping and it will also impact if there is a return, how much the return label is. I am not going to worry about changing the package dimensions. As long as it is under 12 by 12 by 12, it will not fall under the dimensional rate and change things. So I just don't even mess with that since it is a small item. Then I change it from priority to first class because I am offering free shipping on that because that seemed to be consistent with what most of the items were doing and I want to be competitive. So I am going to ship it free shipping, first class mail. I am also going to offer international shipping, and on international shipping, when I list on my phone, it will only allow me to select one service. So if I can only pick one, I pick the eBay International, not the global shipping because it's super expensive, but the regular eBay Standard International is my choice if I can only choose one. Then if I'm on my laptop later, I will select all of them to give the buyer that option. I am going to select Sell It Faster and promote this item at 1.1%. I base how much I am going to promote it on the sell-through rate and how saturated the market is. Since it has almost a 100% sell-through rate, I do not feel like I have to promote it at a very high percentage, but I still want to promote it so that it will be seen. So I feel like 1.1% is completely sufficient for this listing. Then after I have filled that in, again, I click done in the top right hand corner and it is ready to go. I have pre-filled every area. So now when I take my photos, all I have to do is add them in and it is ready to send out. So I scroll down to the bottom and if it was ready, I could click on list your item, but I am going to click on save for later and it will be in my drafts ready to go after I take my photographs. So that listing, I pre-filled everything in when I sat down to research it. Now, when I am in Goodwill, I will not put in all that information. I will find a comp that looks good. I will just quickly hit sell similar, save for later, and that's it. And then I will come home later and fill in all of that information. Okay. Next, we are going to list something using style number. I love picking up Nike, and the great thing about Nike is usually under the tongue or inside on the side, you will find the style number. I do a Google search putting Nike and then the style number in, and it pulls up a lot of different information from different sources. And so I just kind of pick and choose and go into different sites and find out as much information as I can. Anything that I might think is important to put into the listing, I just jot it down in my little notebook right next to me. I also had my scale there, so I quickly weighed the shoes with the USPS shoebox to see what the weight would be on that. That way I have it all recorded, ready to go. And these I think will sell better on eBay, but since I just did an eBay draft, I'm going to go ahead and do a draft on Poshmark this time because I will be cross-listing it to eBay and Mercari anyway. So I go to Poshmark, put in the name, then I select filters. I'm going to change the category and I'm going to take it off my size because I want to search all sizes, not just mine. So on category, I change it to kids because these are a kid size. They're a big boy size 7. I change it to sneakers. Now it pulls up the current available listings. I see there are 2. The one that is in the same size that I have is listed for $99, which is great. And I'm going to use that when pricing mine, knowing that there's only one other out there and it's listed for $99. Then I'm going to go through and change it from available listings to sold listings to see how much these shoes have actually sold for and how many have sold. So I go through, and when I have that search, there are a lot of shoes that are KDs that did not specifically pull up the ones that I had. So I scrolled for a long time. I did find several. I'm using this one to create a similar listing. And so I go through and I look at it. These are in really nice condition. I've not cleaned mine yet, so I'm not quite sure exactly how mine will look after clean. So I'm not going to decide on pricing until after they're clean. Now I am ready to create my draft. So I scroll up to the top of their listing and you will see a green box that says, have a similar item to list, get started now. And if you click on that green box, it is going to pop up a box that says, list similar item. It takes me to a copy where it has items pre-filled. You have to add one photo on Poshmark to be able to save a draft. So I'm going to replace it later, but I just take a quick snapshot of it. Then I look at their title and I keep what I like in their title, but I change it specifically to my item, and I have my notebook next to me with important keywords. I will add those into my title. Somehow I got on a men's item. I thought I had changed it to kids, but that's okay. I will just have to change the category to men's when I get there. So now I have all the important information in my title. I will then copy the title because I'm going to need to put all of those same keywords in my description box below, along with a little bit more added information. So rather than type it twice, I'm going to copy it and paste it in the description box below. I select all, copy, click done in the top right-hand corner, go to the description. That is not pre-filled out when you create a draft. So I just paste the information from my title. I change the format a little bit so that it is easier for the potential buyer to read and see the information. And then when I have the description exactly how I like it, I will click done. Then I change my category from men to kids. I change it to sneakers, and then I click done. Then I'm going to change the size. I'm going to put it under the category of boys, size 7, big boys, and that makes me think, I should put big boys in the description so that someone does not think it is a toddler size. So I change that quickly in my description. I pick up to 2 colors that I feel describes those shoes the best. It is not new with tags. I'm going to price this item right now at $45. However, that might change depending on how nicely they come out after I have cleaned them. Then I go down to additional details private, and under the SKU, I put what container they're in. I put that I got them at Goodwill for $7.99, and I am putting the date that I am listing them on. Then I want to save my draft. So I go to the top in the left-hand corner and click on cancel. Then it will take me to the bottom and I will click on save draft. After I click that, it will tell me that it has successfully saved. Okay, next, let's list this very hungry caterpillar quilt. Okay, let's create a draft on eBay for this one, although I will cross-list it to Poshmark and Mercari. I start out in the search field and I put Pottery Barn Kids Very Hungry Caterpillar, and I see what it pulls up for current listings, and I'm not finding anything exactly like it, so I'm going to go up to the top, click on filter, and look at what has sold. I find one similar sold listing. It didn't pull up the quilt that I had found the other day. I think the quilt did not have very hungry. So I can still use this one. I'm going to click on Sell Similar, and then I'm just going to go through and change the information to make it specific to my item. I do not have to add a photo on eBay. I can save it without a photo. So I'm going to go through and quickly change the title. I'm going to put the dimensions in the title since my quilt is pretty good. I want that to be sure and be seen. And then I am going to go down below to each of the item specific areas and make sure everything is relevant to my specific item. The more item specifics you can fill out, the more chance you have of being seen. Say someone filters on their search result by a specific item specific and you don't have it in there, then your item's not going to be found. So it is a pain sometimes, but it does give you more visibility the more you fill out. Then I'm just going through and I'm changing different items, and I will scroll down to the very bottom. I will put information in the SKU area, the date, what bin it's in, the cost of goods, which I split between the quilt and the sheet, and where I purchased it at. Then I'm going to go to the item description and make sure that it's specific to my item. I went ahead and paused this and typed some of it so that you would not be sitting there for a long time while I typed. And then after I have my description, I click done in the top right hand corner. I scroll down and I go to pricing. I'm listing this as a buy it now. I put in the price of $189.99, knowing that it's automatically going to discount 25%. I will allow offers and I will have it automatically accept any offer for $100 or more. Then I go down to delivery and I'm going to wait. I'm going to do the shipping information when I am actually listing this item. So now I am just going to save the draft and it will be ready for me after I photograph and am ready to list. Okay, next, how about we list this Veronica Beard shirt that I was so excited to find? Okay, saving the best for last. This is my favorite way to search using Google Lens. This is what the app looks like in the App Store if you don't have it. Once you have the app installed, you open it up and you click on the icon of the camera. That will open your camera lens and you just point at whatever it is that you want to do a visual search of, and it will pull up anything that is like your item. When I took a picture of this shirt, it pulled it right up. Although it pulled up that exact sweater towards the top, I went ahead and scrolled down just to see what else it pulled up. I went into the Neiman Marcus listing and saw that it was sold out. I also was able to find out that it had a retail value of $150. I took some screenshots of the information they had in it so that I could refer to it later if I needed information. Then I used the name Myra, since I knew it was the Myra sweater, to do a Google search and see if I could find out any more information, if there was anywhere that still had it currently listed, if it pulled up any sold listings, and I'm just gathering information at this point. I'm recording information in my little notebook. I'm taking screenshots of different things that I find. When I decide I have enough information on it, I go to Poshmark, I put in Veronica Beard Myra sweater, I change it to all sizes, not just my size, and I see that there are 3 out there, but 2 of them are long sleeve, only 1 out there with short sleeves, and I see that 1 has sold in size medium for $70. I go into that listing and see how they listed it, how they photographed it, how they described it, and get information from that. I'll take a screenshot sometimes so that I can use that to refer to when I am listing my item. Then I go into their listing at the top, I click sell similar, then I'm going to just put any picture in there because Poshmark won't let me save a draft without a photograph, and then I go through and I change my title. It looks great exactly how they have it, except for mine is a size small. I will also add the word sweater since that is how it appeared on the Neiman Marcus site and some of the other various sites. Then I copy the title, I paste it in the description, and then I just change it around a little bit so that it is easier for the potential buyer to read. I will also add that it is in excellent condition. When I have the description looking just how I like it, I will click Done in the top right-hand corner. Next, I'm going to change the size to a size small. I'm going to click No, it is not new with tags. Then they had that the retail value is $375. That is not correct, it was $150, so I changed that. I'm going to put a listing price of $85 on mine. Then I go to the bottom to the listing SKU area and I put the date, the cost of goods, where I purchased it, and my bucket number. I ended up having that at the end and I thought, no, I want the bucket number first thing, so I changed that up. Then when I have that just right, I'm going to go back up to the top left-hand corner, click cancel, and it will save my draft. Okay, so that is everything that I have for you today. Hopefully that helped you a little bit to see how I research, create drafts, and price items. Tomorrow I will show you how I prep, wash, clean, steam, lint roll, sweater shave, all of the stuff that it takes to prep the items to photograph. If you'd like to join me again and you have not subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know when I release my next video. And if you received any value from this video, if you would give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it so much. Thank you for watching, and everybody have a great day. Bye!